I've been a bit reluctant to share these techniques on the psychology of seduction, but then I came to this realization that actually there are a lot of women that have been on the receiving end of these seductive practices. So it would only be right and it would only be fair for me to level the playing field and let you in on all of these tips and tricks and techniques to utilize the psychology of seduction and get this man obsessively addicted to you. So if you want to find out how to do this and what these techniques are and how to implement them, then stick around because it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Vault. My name is Alia Zaray. I help women all over the world navigate their love life in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. Okay, let's begin. So first things first is you have to provoke his interest and his desire indirectly. Regardless of whether you're already involved with a man or you want to seduce someone new, you must approach him indirectly. Being too direct is going to telegraph your intentions and it's going to cause him to become defensive. So instead, you must be elusive and you must approach from the side. Let's take two different scenarios. Firstly, if you're already involved with a man, then he's already expressed some interest and attraction towards you at some point. Now, all you need to do is turn that attraction into, well, full-on obsession. And you will do that indirectly by exploiting his sexual over-perception bias instead of being direct with him about your feelings and about your intentions. The sexual over-perception bias is this tendency for men to over-infer a woman's sexual interest based on ambiguous information. Let me give you an example. Men often confuse ambiguous cues such as a friendly smile from a woman, such as eye contact from a woman, such as a woman laughing with him and touching his arm as her being flirtatious and interested in him. They almost see it as an invitation to make a sexual advance on a woman. Because you already have some history with him, he probably already assumes that you like him a lot. And that is exactly why you must avoid oversharing your feelings and intentions with him until he is fully yours. So instead, you're going to use nonverbal communication to communicate to him your level of interest by exploiting his sexual overperception bias. When you do this, it's going to show him indirectly that you are interested in him and you do really like him without you having to actually overshare and spill out all of your feelings to him. So what does that actually look like? This can look like you just showing up on a date that he invites you to. This looks like you making eye contact with him and holding the eye contact. This looks like you actually engaging in the date and putting your phone down and being present in the moment with him. This is smiling. This is laughing with him, touching his arm. That nonverbal communication is the exploitation of his sexual overperception bias. So now you don't even have to say anything. Now this is when a man says, I don't know why I like her. It's just a feeling. I have this feeling with her. I just feel excited and present and in love with her. On the other hand, if it is a new man that you are interested in, then you still have to make an indirect approach. But you can actually have an even bigger advantage if you make him believe that he is the one that actually made the first move on you. So how do we accomplish this? First of all, you have to get him to notice you in different places, in different environments. You want to stimulate him with your appearance, with your actions, with your voice tonality that he can hear from a distance, but never actually approaching him. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you are at a social gathering that he is at too. Instead of walking up to him directly and engaging in a conversation with him, you're going to position yourself in his peripheral view. And then I want you to engage in an animated conversation with someone else. So you are laughing, you are joking. Make sure your voice tonality is crisp and clear, but it is soft and feminine. Your laughter, your confidence, your aura, your energy is going to radiate to him, which is going to make him instantly interested in you. It's going to draw attention to you, which is going to make him naturally curious about you, because men love a confident woman. Now, after this, I want you to briefly catch his eye. Then I want you to give him a smile, a nice, soft, warm smile, and then direct your attention back to the animated conversation that you are having with one of your girlfriends and carry on engaging in that conversation. This is going to show to him that yes, you are interested, but you're not overly focused on him. Throughout the evening, you can engage in fleeting little glances with him, but ultimately you need to maintain the distance from him. When he finally comes over to you and he interacts with you, I want you to keep it casual. Ask his opinion on something that's happening in the room, or make a funny joke about something that has happened in the room, or it can even be a joke about something that would be a shared interest. When you do this, you're not coming in hot with like obvious flirtation and obvious interest in him. Men find that sometimes to be very boring. They might like it at the beginning, but then all of the mystery and the allure is gone. The chase is over, the mystery is gone, and that is what a woman in her feminine energy knows how to do very well. Keep the mystery alive always. The key here is to be playful and engaging without giving him everything up front all at once. This is going to keep him intrigued and like eager to figure you out. Now, what I also want you to practice is sending mixed signals. I know that sounds, on the face of it, super toxic, and actually it can be if it's not executed correctly. Seduction is a psychological process, and it requires you to lodge yourself into someone else's mind and keep them thinking about you as much as possible. The best way to accomplish this is by sending mixed signals. When you do this, it's going to get them to constantly question what's going to come next and how to actually impress you. You see, if you really think about it, the initial phases of the mating game involve a lot of incomplete information on both ends. A man doesn't know if a woman is interested in him or not, and a woman doesn't know a man's level of commitment. Because a man is usually the one who is pursuing the woman, should be the one who is pursuing the woman, he doesn't actually initially know a woman's level of interest in him. And a woman will continue to hang out with him and go on dates with him to determine his level of commitment. When you send mixed messages, you are exploiting this uncertainty, and that's going to spark an enduring kind of spell. It's going to keep him wondering. It's going to keep him interested in you and curious about you. You see, the mind doesn't like ambiguity. That's why we seem to be very fascinated with people that are very mysterious, people that seem to be generally hard to figure out, hard to put their finger on. You don't really know what their next move is going to be. So how do you send mixed messages? What I want you to do is I want you to compliment him, give him a nice, wholesome, sweet compliment, and then I want you to throw in some honest criticism. By mixing these two things together, it's going to keep him obsessively interested in you. Now, this definitely works with a high value man, because a high value man has a growth mindset. And to have a growth mindset as a man or a woman, you have to be able to take some honest criticism. So now he's going to be thinking, hold on a minute. She said something so sweet to me, but then she was very honest and critiqued me on something. Now he's going to work to turn that criticism into this praise and a compliment that he can receive from you. Also, I think women have this rap for being too nice. So when a woman is able to be a little bit more assertive and able to communicate some honest criticism, a man now knows that he's not just going to get an overly agreeable woman, but he's going to actually get a woman who can put him in his place. And believe it or not, men do need and want and actually adore a woman who is brave enough to speak what is genuinely on her mind. You have to also appear to be an object of desire. Human beings are social creatures, so we are immensely influenced by the desires and attractions of other people. We all just seem to gravitate towards people that other people find desirable and attractive. That is why it's important to create this aura of desirability, or this aura of being wanted and chased by many. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're at dinner. Always be kind to waiters, but especially when you are with him. When you do this, you're naturally going to receive a better treatment. So now you're going to trick his mind into believing that when he is with you, he is going to receive a better treatment. That's going to make him feel good. That adds to the whole experience of eating out, dining out, and having a good time, right? It's the service that you receive, the level of service you receive. And also, it's now going to trick him into believing that you are desirable, that people want to serve you. Because think about it. Waiters are there to serve you. They will bring you food. They will bring you sauces. They will bring you a menu, dessert menu, etc. So when he is observing that these people in this restaurant are all serving you, he's now going to feel naturally obliged to serve you. You can also accomplish this aura of desirability by sharing stories with your man. Share stories with him on this date about how you have had other men interested in you and they have been lovely and wonderful and they've offered you the world, okay? Maybe they offered to buy you a yacht and asked you what furnishings you wanted on this yacht. You just tell him that actually I didn't pursue that connection because although he was wonderful, I just didn't feel a spark with him. Now, when you do this, he's going to feel like, okay, wow, that's first of all the caliber of men that she's around. I need to up my game. And then second of all, that you have high standards for how you want to be treated and the feelings that you need to feel within a connection. That money is simply not going to be enough to buy you. You need more. You want everything. You want the full package because you are certain you can get it because you walked away from such a beautiful, intriguing offer from a previous guy. Now, the most important caution for this step is that you don't want to lie, because when you lie, he's going to sense that this is a big fabricated lie. And when you do that, it's going to make him feel like you are just trying to make him jealous. That's very ugly. You don't want to come across as ugly, so keep it as close to the truth as possible. This is going to make him want to keep impressing you, working to keep you on that pedestal, and he is going to be obsessed with you forever. So that is a wrap for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please make sure to hit the thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So until next time, I love you. Bye.